Once upon a time, in a faraway kingdom, there was a beautiful girl named Rapunzel. She had long, shiny golden hair that flowed like sunlight. But Rapunzel wasn't living in a castle like a princess. No, she was locked away in a tall, tall tower by a wicked witch. The tower had no stairs, no doors, and the only way in or out was through a little window at the top. The witch would visit Rapunzel every day, and each time she would stand at the bottom of the tower and call out, "Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair!" Rapunzel would drop her long hair out of the window, and the witch would climb up like a ladder. Rapunzel was very lonely in the tower. She would sing songs and talk to the birds outside her window. But she dreamed of seeing the world beyond her tower. Every night, she would look at the stars and wish for a way out. One day, while she was singing her favorite song, a young prince was passing by the tower. He heard her beautiful voice and stopped to listen. The prince was curious about who was singing, so he hid behind a tree and waited. Soon the witch came to visit. The prince watched as she called out, "Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair," and saw her climb up. After the witch left, the prince decided to try the same thing. He stood at the bottom of the tower and called out, "Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair." Rapunzel, thinking it was the witch, let down her hair. But when the prince climbed up, she was surprised to see him. "Who are you?" Rapunzel asked, her eyes wide with surprise. "I'm a prince, and I heard you singing," the prince replied. "Why are you locked in this tower?" Rapunzel told him the whole story about the wicked witch and how she had been stuck there for many years. The prince felt sorry for her and promised to help her escape. The next morning, before the prince could arrive, the witch discovered their plan. She was very angry and cut off all of Rapunzel's beautiful hair. Then she sent Rapunzel away to a far-off desert, leaving her all alone. When the prince arrived at the tower, the witch tricked him by letting down Rapunzel's cut hair. As the prince climbed up, the witch pushed him out of the window. The prince fell and hurt his eyes, making him blind. For many days the prince wandered around, lost and sad. He couldn't see, and he missed Rapunzel terribly. But one day, by a stroke of luck, he found himself in the desert where Rapunzel was living. Rapunzel recognized the prince right away and ran to him. When she hugged him, her tears fell on his eyes. Magically, his eyesight returned. The prince could see again, and they were so happy to be together. In the end, the prince took Rapunzel back to his kingdom, where they lived happily ever after.